One. So I'm finishing up this delicious because I'm drinking Pepsi with Jim Beam apple, and I do like Jim Beam apple. It's pretty good with the freaking Pepsi cherry zero sugar shit. So you got your wine yet?
Yeah, yeah, I got it. I got my red cat over here.
Yeah. So unfortunately, we're just doing me and Junior tonight because of everyone just is busy or doing something. We're trying to be more consistent, just getting stuff released every Saturday, and we're just at a point where it's like even just me and him just bullshitting for like an hour or two, whatever. Hey, it's better than nothing. Because the fact that we at one point we went like 3 weeks without doing anything, so I don't want to do that again.
Yeah, we only uploaded like 7. We uploaded one episode in the last 7 weeks, so it's like we definitely.
Well, I just uploaded one that, but yeah, that's what you mean. So overall,
before this past episode was getting uploaded, it was only one in the last 7. So
we got some fucking drinks and try to get something to talk about.
But we got plenty to talk about, my friend. We have plenty. We might want to wait for more people for some things, but we still have plenty of shit to talk about. Well, one thing that I definitely want to talk about. I'm sorry, I have to put out my opinions of what's been going on across social media, across all social media platforms. How people have been responding to a lot of the police activity and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I have to say something about that for 3 reasons. One, there's a lot of things that nobody is talking about that needs to be addressed as we're addressing police concerns. 2, there's so much more than what people are looking at that we need to talk about. Yeah. Like I just looked up the scariest statistic of all time, which is leading to why police are doing what they're doing. And 3, we're ignorant. I'm sorry. Yeah. America overall is just ignorant.
Yeah.
The American motto, if it didn't happen to me, it doesn't matter. that is literally the American motto. It's not land of the free, home of the brave. No, it's if it didn't happen to me, it doesn't matter. So I'm gonna share with you guys a couple of statistics, okay? From 2005 through 2019, they haven't done a study of 2020 or 2021 yet, but from 2005 to 2019, 30% of cases when cops go to court, they are convicted, but 89% of them is a lesser charge.
Okay.
Only 3% of cops have actually been convicted of the actual crime that they go to court for. From 2005 to 2019.
Yeah.
That is an extremely scary statistic. Only 3% of officers were charged with murder. From 2005 to 2019 were actually convicted of that crime.
Yeah.
3%. 30% of all murder and manslaughter charges that do get filed, 30% result in a conviction. And 89% of the time, it was a lesser charge. Now, in terms of first and second degree murder, 3% of cops that have had cases against them were convicted of that murder charge from 2005 to 2019. These cops do not fear consequence.
No.
Which is why they do the bullshit that they do. Yeah. Which is why they harass people the way they want to. Which is why they act the way that they do. Because they can be that asshole without fear of consequence. We don't hear that the cops get convicted because all we see on social media, all we see across the media board, cop that did this.
Yeah.
Cop got acquitted of this. That's all we see. But 30%, they're convicted of something.
Yeah.
Now, as I said before, out of those 30% that are convicted, 89% is of a lesser charge. 89% of that 30% is of a lesser charge. If you're a regular citizen, you're getting charged with something, you're not getting hit with a lesser charge.
Yeah, really.
That's flipped the other way around. 89% of people that's getting convicted is of that crime.
Yep.
You're not going to get hit with a lesser charge even if you plead guilty. You're still not going to get a lesser charge. You might get a lighter sentence, but you're not going to get a lesser charge. These cops got lesser charges. That woman that emptied that fucking clip into that 20-year-old boy does not need to have her charges reduced. Yep. What happened with Derek Chauvin? I'm sorry, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna say this because I'm gonna say this statement because this is a statement that nobody has said since Black Lives Matter has become more mainstream than ever before. Because Black Lives Matter started in 2008. In case anybody didn't know, Black Lives Matter started in 2008. It started in 2008 when social media has started putting together. Social media, Black Lives, the founders of Black Lives Matter started putting this together on Facebook ever since they started making police killings of black people more of a presence on social media. It was 2008. Now, the thing is that all of these founders are in multi-million-dollar estates. These founders of Black Lives Matter are in multi-million-dollar estates.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck about these lower income communities.
Fuck no.
Do you think they give a fuck about the lower income community? These founders of Black Lives Matter don't give a flying fuck. They will stand up and say something as being the founder out of obligation when something else hits the media. But that's just what it is at the end of the day. I'm sorry, I hate to break it to you guys, but these are actual facts. Look this shit up. Look at the assets of all the founders of Black Lives Matter. And tell me, does the lower income communities matter to them? Did they give a dime to reinstate, to put together things in their lower income communities that they're from? Because I can guarantee you they took that money and escaped the same areas that's seeing a consistency of increased crime that nobody talks about, by the way, because this is something that we don't talk about because we're not victims of this. So we don't want to talk about it. It's killing me. Here's what I'm going to say. This is the point of me saying all of this. If you're not going to talk about the fact that there was a 240% increase, there was more gun killings and there was more shooting victims in a 90-day time span when the pandemic was at its worst within the first 3 months. There was in those 90 days, there was more shootings and more homicides in those 90 days. Stretching from the beginning of May until the end of August, there was legitimately a record number of kids died to gun violence in lower income neighborhoods. A record number of people, a record number of homicide cases opened. There was more homicide cases opened in just that 90-day time span than in a 6-year time span.
Oh.
Nobody talks about that. See, these are things that nobody wants to talk about. Nobody wants to talk about the fact that, you can't consider this shit an isolated incident. You can't brush this shit under the rug and look at one fucking cop that killed one black person. If you're not going to look at thousands of black people dying in our neighborhoods because of inner city violence, but you're looking at one fucking cop killing one black person, that's not the solution. There are so many problems. That is not the only problem. There is an average of 300 black people that get killed by police officers per year. An average. There is more than 10 times that amount of violent crimes in lower income communities combined. If you don't see that as a problem, but you see the cop killings as a problem, but you don't see 10 times that amount of violent crimes, if you don't see that 14% of the population in America is responsible for 57% of the violent crimes, which is more than every ethnic group combined in America, if you don't think that that's a problem, then Black Lives doesn't matter to you. I'm sorry, that's just what that's just what it is. Black lives does not matter to you. It only matters to you when they get killed by white police officers. Stop making it seem like that you have some sort of saying in what's going on. You don't. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
In case anybody was wondering where it's coming from, the past like 4 or 5 days now, this girl named Micaiah Bryant, it's just been like, you know, obviously all over social media. And if you don't know what happened, because some people don't, you know, it could be other countries like Ken or something. And like I've watched a shit ton of YouTube videos, and basically it's like, yeah, this girl was 16 years old. She was going to stab and murder another girl. A cop shot her a few times, and he unfortunately killed her. And it's just been, of course, big controversy. And like, you know, I've said the past 3 days, like about 15 videos on it. And, you know, it just comes down to like, when is it okay for the cops to use lethal force? But the bottom line is the cops saved the fucking other girl's life. And I watched videos, the body cam footage was released, the 911 call was released. This cop, for the most part, was doing his job. And people don't understand this. Another big factor is like, when you take somebody's life, especially, it's like, I highly doubt this police officer woke up and like, you know what, today, as I put on my fucking socks and shoes and put my uniform on, I just want to go out today and just murder a fucking innocent 16-year-old. Like, this girl was about to stab and possibly kill another girl, and who was the cops were called, and he did his job. But of course, the fucking media is making this whole major thing, like, you know, he just like brutally fucking murdered some innocent, like, law-abiding citizen that was like just sitting there. Like, no, she was like 9 seconds. He got out of his car and 9 seconds went by that she was about to fucking stab to death another fucking girl. He opened fire and to get her off her, and unfortunately she died. And the media is always making this big shitstorm, this big social media thing about that. And like, it's right now, it's a tough time. And me and Junior just talking about this stuff is like, you know, being blue collar people, this affects everybody because cops are part of our society. You know, our fucking tax dollars pay them. And this is people in our neighborhoods and stuff. And it's getting scarier and scarier because like more cops are quitting, and like more good cops are not fucking getting the recognition they deserve because all these freaking isolated incidents like this, they make out like this is the fucking norm. But like, this wasn't like, you know, the Chauvin situation. Chauvin was an asshole. He was a piece of shit. He shouldn't have fucking killed George Floyd by any fucking means. 17 cases against him for racial excessive force. Yeah.
17 files, reports against this man. He's clearly a racist. He clearly had it out for black people. Clearly, the evidence is there. Where does the reform need to happen? At their fucking doorstep. We all agree to that. Everybody knows that. Okay? We all know that. Should that 16-year-old girl have died? Did she deserve to die? Absolutely the fuck not. I will never agree that she deserved to die. But theoretically speaking, if that cop did not show up, that girl that called the cops would have died.
Exactly.
She would have died. She would have got stabbed to death. Yeah. And most likely that crime would have went unsolved.
Yeah. I mean, and again,
because she would have been protected by her friends and family in that neighborhood.
Yeah, and we can we're not going to spend too much time on it, but like,
we're not.
We watch enough YouTube videos you can check out, like with Steven Crowder, or this guy watch Eric July, or even Ben Shapiro, love him or hate him. But like, the bottom line is, whether it's me and Junior, or if Al was here, or Carlton, or Elliot, anybody, we try, for the most part, we've always try being as center as possible. And I look at facts over opinions. And the bottom line is, I looked at the fucking facts. I looked at both body cam footage. I looked at the 911 call. I looked at the whole situation. This was a cop who showed up, and the guy was doing his fucking job. It's like, you know, and like people would say, it's like there's so many like people on Twitter and stuff, and all these like the mothers saying that, oh, my daughter was such a peaceful and law-abiding citizen and a good girl and blah, blah, blah. Well, your 16-year-old girl had a fucking knife and she was about to stab someone to death. And it's like, you know, unfortunately, yes, the cop did shoot her and did kill her, unfortunately, but like, you know, it's like, if the cop shot a fucking girl that was unarmed, I'd be on the victim's side 100%, but like, you shot a fucking girl who was mid-stab about to kill somebody, so did your fucking job. And like, I would say this as well, sometimes, guys, lethal force is necessary. And of course, people want to pull the whole bullshit, oh, why didn't he use a fucking taser, why didn't he tackle to the ground? And I showed Junior this fucking video. This one black author in CNN was like, well, I do question, and here comes the fucking race baiting bullshit, which is like, we're so sick of this. Everybody here, and most people in America are sick of the fucking race baiting shit. Like, well, if this was a white girl in a white neighborhood, like this, don't pull the whole fucking, like, if this was a white girl in a white neighborhood, bottom line bullshit, okay? Thing is, this was a girl who's about to stab and fucking murder somebody. She got shot. If she had a butcher knife in her hand, she wouldn't have got shot. It's simple as fucking as that. It's like, but they compare this to like the George Floyd thing, and like I told you this earlier. There was another incident, which it's funny. I seen one video about this. The media is not covering this. That in Minnesota, a cop fucking shot a 16-year-old white kid who had a fucking pellet gun. You know, he mistook it for being an actual gun, but the bottom line, the kid got fucking shot. Haven't seen a single fucking CNN, Fox News, nobody talking about this whole situation where the 16-year-old kid got shot for having a pellet gun. You know, he had a pellet gun in his hand, but no one's talking about it. So, because apparently, according to the media, and this is why we keep saying it sucks now that like everybody has to fucking fact check the media, because the media is just that their agenda is getting sickening. They're creating this fucking massive race war and this racial divide that's dividing like everybody, blue collar people fucking sitting at home. People are scared to fucking go to parks anymore. They're scared to go out fucking shopping. People are getting scared to go to certain neighborhoods anymore because of the color of their fucking skin. It's sickening and shit. And like Junior said, we can spend as many stats as we do all day. We can fucking, talk about stat. But according to me, did they act like the cops are just gunning down like thousands and thousands of fucking black people per fucking day? And look at the stats, it's not fucking true. But they're making it out to be like it's some kind of like pandemic going on where they're wiping out fucking the black race in America and shit. Like, guys, sometimes shit happens, okay? And like Junior said, I agree. For the longest time period, the cops have gotten away with a lot of fucking bullshit, and now they're being held accountable. Derek Chauvin's going to fucking prison for what, 15,
probably for the rest of his life,
20 years, who knows and shit. So it won't fucking bring Floyd back by any means, but the thing is, he didn't get away with it like back in the fucking day. But there are some times like, the situation with this fucking girl, Ma'Khia, she was in the fucking wrong. I talked with Big Al not too long ago. Al's like, he read this fucking news article in New York City. And in New York City, this guy was a business owner. He had his business on the first floor. The second floor was his apartment where he lived in and shit. This guy breaks in to his business and home and tries fucking robbing him. The guy shoots him, the owner, because the owner was fucking white and the perpetrator was fucking black. They made some kind of big racial issue and tried making the perpetrator as being the fucking victim. Like, well, he shot him. Well, stop trying to rob his business and house, asshole, and you wouldn't have got fucking shot. But like I've said it on this fucking podcast, it's like the way the media is going right now. Somebody can break into my house and stab my 13-year-old blonde-haired, blue-eyed son to death, and I shoot the fucking perpetrator, and if he's white, well, okay, justice was fucking served. If the perpetrator was fucking black, and I shot him after he killed my kid, somehow he'll be the fucking victim, and I'm the asshole. It's getting just so disgusting. Like my sister Kaya, I talked to her yesterday. She can come down wherever she wants to, and she has a new boyfriend. My sister Kaya is half white. She's half fucking black. She's mulatto. She's mixed. Call it whatever you want to. My sister got in constant fucking fights. She got constantly fucking jumped by girls that were black. She was Chris. I never one time had any fucking problem walking home and worried about 5 white girls jumping me. And that's right from my fucking sister's own mouth, and she'll be on this podcast to attest to it. But if we say that, now we're the fucking racist. Like, because Junior doesn't fit the agenda, now Junior's an Uncle Tom. He's a house fucking nigger. He's not one of them, blah, blah. It's like this whole Twitter, this whole media thing, this massive race shit. It's just like, it's gotta fucking stop. And it's like, I'm truly waiting for the time, this whole situation with this Ma'Khia girl, sorry she fucking died. She shouldn't have been fucking shot. She shouldn't have been freaking killed. She shouldn't have had a fucking knife in her damn hand. But I'm waiting for the time where it's like, there'll be a pedophile, some fucking black dude raping a fucking kid. The cop kicks down the door and shoots him. And somehow the media twists it where the cop's the bad guy. I swear, it's just coming to that fucking point because they're treating every single incident like it's like the George fucking Floyd situation. It's not. They're all individual situations. But boy, the media and Twitter and people on fucking CNN and stuff, like, holy Christ, guys.
Because what they're doing now, because they're trying what they're trying to do, which I understand, that police officers do need to be held more accountable for their things. I just read off statistics that 3% of cops were convicted of murder. 3% of cops. That's a 97% of lesser charges. While 89%. When the 30% that get convicted of the murder and manslaughter charges, while 30% of them are taking lesser charges, right? The 89% of those 30% of convictions are lesser charges. But the 3% of actual murder charges that stuck for the last 14 years, 3 murder convictions have stuck. There's been thousands of police cases, thousands of cases of police officers going to court for these murder and manslaughter charges, thousands, and only 3% of them have done time for murder. 3%. They're not afraid of consequences. They're not afraid to do the crime. They don't care because of the fact that they're not. That's with anybody. If anybody can do something and not worry about the consequences, they're gonna fucking do it because they don't have to worry about consequences.
Yeah, that's the problem. But then it's like this is the issue. It's like anything with the Me Too movement, and we see how many fucking innocent guys got taken into account with that. Stop sitting there and making every cop out there, white or fucking black or Hispanic or Asian or anything, to be some racist, gun-toting piece of shit. Because now it's like you're making like Steven Crowder. He goes right now. He goes, I can't imagine why anybody in 2021 would want to sign up and be a fucking cop right now. Why? For what? Because it's truly like, here's a situation. If the cop didn't show up and did his fucking job, girl would got fucking stabbed to death, and the cops say they're useless, they're not here, they're to protect us, and blah blah. Okay, so the cop does show up and does his fucking job. Well, he could do things differently. So it's a truly no-win situation.
No,
and no matter what happened, it's the cop's fucking fault. Even though a girl was trying to murder another girl, somehow it's the cop's fucking fault.
Yeah, as like I said before. I'm gonna say this time after time after time again. Not during this episode, but over time, I'm going to say this time after time after time again. If you're sweeping one issue under the rug, and you're embracing another issue, Black lives don't matter to you. I'm sorry, that's just what it is. It doesn't matter to you because it's situation based. You're not willing to talk about everything that's killing Black people that needs to stop. You can't 100% stop crime. No, nobody can 100% stop crime.
No,
but I can guarantee you that if I go into a neighborhood of people who make more money, I'm going to see a significantly less crime than I am if I'm going to go into a lower income neighborhood.
Yep.
I see more people that's on Section 8, that's on social services, that's on all these other programs that pays their rent, and they have hardly anything to themselves, and they're living in the hood with zero credit, low income neighborhoods, right? That's where you see the crime. You don't see the crime in neighborhoods out in the woods. You just don't see it. You don't see crime in people living in $500,000 houses.
Funny part. We talked about this, and it's been so many times like they want to sit there and paint it out to be like some kind of racial issue. No, trust me, there is in Albany, New York. There's plenty of neighborhoods I would go to that, like in Me and Junior. If Me and Junior said I'm white and he's basically fucking black and shit, if we go to certain neighborhoods at 2:00 in the morning, we're both gonna get fucking shot and robbed and maybe fucking killed. If Me and Junior go to other neighborhoods at 2:00 in the morning, it doesn't matter our skin tones, we'll be fucking fine. Yeah. I'm saying there's plenty of upper class, rich fucking black neighborhoods we could walk into, we'll be fine. There's plenty of upper class white neighborhoods or Asian or Hispanic neighborhoods that will be fine. The thing is, it's not a fucking race issue. It's a class issue and it's a poor issue. Because like this guy was saying on CNN, this author was like, well, I do wonder if this was a white girl in a white upper class neighborhood, that's a fucking problem. Right here in Albany, fucking New York, Junior knows this. And I'm sure if you listen to this, you don't know our city, but the bottom line is there's spots like 2nd Avenue, South fucking Pearl Street. There's certain areas you just don't go to at nighttime, regardless of your fucking skin tone, because they're poor, dirty, fucking ghetto. Other neighborhoods you can go into at 2:00, 3:00 in the afternoon, all you see is green grass, fucking crickets chirping, the birds and shit. It's upper class, nice fucking neighborhoods. It's not a fucking matter of skin color. It's about a matter of class. All these incidents in Albany had last year record-breaking fucking shootings. Yep. These record-breaking shootings, guess what? They weren't happening in people that live in houses that cost $200,000, $300,000 fucking dollars. They're happening in areas that like have cockroaches and fucking rats and poor people and people on unemployment, people on fucking welfare. That's how it is. So like this fucking stabbing, these incidents, they're not fucking happening in the good fucking areas. They're happening in the shitty areas. It has nothing to fucking do with the color of your fucking skin. There's plenty of white people that fucking are in prison right now and get fucking shot by cops. There's plenty of trailer park, trash, meth heads, all fucking people fucking cooking like, whatever. Acid and shit too in their fucking bathtubs and stuff. Crime happens all over, but the main factor with crime is there's areas of Chinatown, areas of like the ghetto Latin kings and shit too. The thing is poverty. It's nothing to do with fucking race. It's a class system.
Now, I'm gonna go into another direction, and I want to talk about something again that nobody wants to talk about because again that doesn't matter because it doesn't happen to them. The American motto. Another thing that we want to talk about is just the fact that it's like, why It's like every time something happens with police officers, you know what I mean? Again, that makes mainstream media. But we don't want to talk about what we just looked up, 512,000 unemployment fraud cases. How come that isn't making front pages? That the state just got scammed out of $114 million in unemployment benefits. Nobody talks about that. You know what I mean? Nobody talks about things that affect us overall. Nobody talks about things that, affect us as a class, because those things don't matter.
Yep.
We blue collar people, as people who work 40 hours a week, who pays their bills, who does what they're supposed to do in society, we suffer the most. It's not this race war that the media is trying to put out, because it's obvious what they're trying to do. They want the most views. How are they going to get the most views?
Clicks, 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 clicks.
How are they going to get the most shares? How are they going to get the most views? A white cop killing somebody who's black.
Yep.
It's not that there's nothing else right now in society that's going to be shared across the board that's going to give people views. Because it's nothing positive that's going to give people views.
On the side real quick, Crowder mentioned that, one news article said, this cop guns down a girl that was holding a knife. Okay, see, that paints one narrative. What you leave out is, no, this wasn't a girl holding a knife. This was a girl attempting to stab somebody. That's the actual fucking fact. And that's the thing. But the media wants this. They want the click of, cop kills innocent fucking girl holding a fucking knife. No, she wasn't holding a knife. She was about to kill somebody. That's a different fucking narrative.
And how the fuck do you call that person innocent? It's another thing, that there's when you get the full story behind it, she still didn't deserve to die. The fact of the matter is that it doesn't matter whether you're a criminal or whatever the situation calls for, you still don't deserve to die. I'm never going to say that anybody deserved to die, because if that's the case, you can go to mass murderers and say any one of the school shooters, any one of these mass shootings, any one of those motherfuckers deserve to die. If we're going to go in that direction, if people want to go in that direction, why don't they talk about the mass shooters and the school shooters that's saying that they deserve to die? But as soon as we speak out, that's the thing that pisses me off, is that when people talk about the fact that she didn't deserve to die, and then you have all these people on social media talking about, she shouldn't have had a knife and she deserved to die because she had a knife. Those very same people don't believe that the school shooters and the mass shooters deserve to die. They deserve equal justice under law. But the technicality is that they did not have the weapon in their hand at the time of the arrest. It's not like they're toting around an assault rifle and pointing it at police officers ready to shoot.
Yeah, and that's something that they take out of context. I seen the fucking footage, the whole thing with Kyle Rittenhouse and stuff. They showed the footage when the cops hey, put your hands up, put his hands up. Put his hands up, fucking got in the freaking ground, he surrendered. It's but they treat every situation the same. It's they're all different situations and shit. Yep. But they're treating it's these situations don't get fucking broken down on an individual basis. It's just they loop them in all together as being the exact same thing. And it's not.
And it's not. Every situation is different, especially when it comes to police officers. And I'm going to end this topic by saying one thing.
Just Yumi broke it down, because it's not going to fucking change. It won't matter. We're just talking about it because right now, it's part of the current stuff that's going on right now. I feel like this, when it comes to police reform and shooting people, this affects everybody from being blue collar to somebody who works 40 hours a week. And like you said, Junior, doesn't matter. I don't give a fuck if what color you are, what skin tone, what religion, what fucking sexual orientation. If you're like me and Junior, anybody, if you work 40, 50, 60 hours a week at a factory job or a labor job, any fucking job, and you come home like us and you're dirt fucking poor, I don't give a fuck if you're purple. I don't fucking care. We're all fucked.
To kind of add to that, which is funny, so if you're purple, but add to that, it's just, before we move on from this topic, I just want everybody to understand, it's not the fact that we need to look past the police thing, the police shootings, because they're isolated incidences. It some of it is, I'm not gonna lie, some of it is racially motivated.
Yeah.
There's with Derek Chauvin, it was racially motivated because he's already had multiple reports of racial assaults. that were racially motivated.
Yeah.
The evidence is there. But you can't treat every single situation like it's a Derek Chauvin.
Exactly.
You have to look for the facts. Stop looking at the headlines and look for the facts.
Well, this is the term called stereotyping. It's like, don't black people hate the stereotype of if you walk into a convenience store and everyone's looking at you thinking you're gonna rob the place, you hate that stereotype. Just like white people hate the stereotype that we're all fucking racist assholes. Just like cops hate the stereotype. People hate stereotypes.
Yep.
So, but it's comical now that we're treating the cops as a stereotype. But like, well, no one likes stereotypes.
Yep.
Like you said, it's like how many fucking news articles, whenever a cop does a fucking good job, does the right thing, saves fucking kids' lives and arrests the fucking bad guy, don't see a single news article about that shit.
Nope.
So
whatever gets the most views.
Yep. So yeah, we killed a good half hour in that, so fuck it. But it's just like, she's just the current situation. I'll watch more videos about it. I'm sure, like anything, this is not the last we're going to hear about this, but
we're definitely
let's see how many fucking more riots and stuff. And because, like, again, the quote unquote mostly peaceful protests, like, yeah, okay, we'll see.
Well, to kind of move on from that topic and talk about something else, one thing that I definitely want to talk about as well today is I really want to talk about the whole working situation, because about everything that's going on. Like, I want to go back to the unemployment thing. The unemployment thing is getting out of control. There are so many places that's hiring for jobs and things like that, and people don't want to work. There's no genuine incentive for a lot of people to work.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you right now why that is. If people make more money sitting at home collecting unemployment, why get up and get a job?
Yeah.
That's the stigma. The workers that have worked throughout the entirety of this pandemic has gotten 3 stimulus checks.
Yeah, I know.
Over the course of a year, over the course of the last 14 months that this pandemic has been a thing, that this pandemic was officially announced 14 months ago. We have gotten 3 stimulus packages totaling $3,200 over the course of 14 months. Now, over the course of 14 months, there are people around the world that has gotten $60,000, $70,000, $80,000, $90,000 over the course of the last 14 months. $100,000 in some countries over the past 14 months. As restrictions lifted, people who've been going back to work, they're still getting these bonuses. Because that's truly the idea of resetting the economy. If you say so. Here's the MO behind all this unemployment things. If there was more incentive for people who were working, then more people would work. Am I wrong about that?
Well,
like think about it like this. Right now, I make about $17 an hour at my job.
Yeah.
Okay. I approximately work about 43 hours a week, average. So far this year, I work an average of 43 hours a week.
Okay.
So let's do the math.
So let's say 40 hours a week at $17 an hour is $680 grossing. And you want to take 17 times, sorry, my math is fucked up right now. 17 divided by 2 is 8.5. So you're making fucking 25.5 an hour.
So that's overtime, right?
Yeah. Well, what you're saying, just $17 an hour times 40 hours a week is you're grossing $680. And with all deductions, we'll just be generous and say $500 a week.
Yeah,
which is again generous because it's probably less than that, but you know.
No, it is. I do bring home about $500 a week.
Yeah.
So I'm bringing home $500 a week at my job. There's people that's sitting at home right now still banking $700 a week on unemployment. People
making fucking more than me. Yeah.
$700 on unemployment. So they're making $200 more than me a week to sit at home and make unemployment.
So I'm making $1,000 a week. Yeah.
Some are even making up to $1,000 a week on unemployment.
I mean, this whole COVID situation, unemployment, I'm not upset about that.
No,
none of us are. But
there's no incentive to work.
Yeah,
there's zero incentive to work. What if you can sit at home and make 33% more sitting at home? The fuck do I want to go to work for?
Even she's not here, but Selena, right now, Selena. She's been on unemployment since the entire pandemic. I've seen what she makes a week. She makes basically $50 a week less than me, and I'm also fucking working 50 hours a week.
Yeah.
And the fact that I'm making $27 fucking dollars an hour, and Selena's making $50 a week less than me, and she's not working. I mean, I don't blame her for that, but like, for fuck's sakes, like my friend Mike, when you hear this, Mike told me this shit. Michael, I'll tag him. Like his wife, good for him, good for his family. He's got kids and stuff. He's like, Chris, he's like, I'm working fucking 6 days a week, dude. My wife's not working. She's making more than me.
Yeah.
He's like, and he makes same thing as me, $27 an hour. Come overtime, we're making almost 40 an hour. And he goes, fuck, my wife's making more than me, and she's not working.
Yeah. There's no incentive to work. So when all these places that's hiring and things like that, and nobody is working, it's because nobody wants to. Who wants to leave their house and get stressed out at work at a retail job, working 40 hours a week when you can sit at home and make more?
That's been the premise of the whole blue collar thing. That's people that would think that like my bias and stuff. There's a difference between being a lazy fuck and financially smart. Like right now, okay, listen, if you're taking time off work, if you want to sit home right now, I can't shit on you for like, making whatever, $600-700 a week.
That's not the premise.
And not want, I'm just saying like right now, it's like, why go to McDonald's, make $12 an hour and make less money than sit fucking home? I can't blame you for that.
Exactly.
But that's the difference between like, I went because you don't want to work and you're a lazy prick and you hop on OnlyFans all day or fucking Twitch and you're entitled. There's a difference,
True. But you already know my stance on that, so I'm not going to get into that. But you know my stance on OnlyFans and Twitch. Personally, I'm not going to look at them because of the fact that they do that because people fuel that. Oh, yeah. It's like it's a cascading effect of where, like, let's just say, for example, Twitch made $0. Yeah. That means they would have to go out and get a job. If this was a voluntary service that you go on there and you don't get any money for streaming, you think any of these motherfuckers would do it?
I don't know.
You know what I mean? You think any of these porn stars or you think any of these people that weren't getting any money from OnlyFans, you know what the fuck they'd be doing right now? Unless they're a mainstream porn star, because mainstream porn stars will just get in front of a camera and get fucked.
Yeah.
But if they would either fuck or get fucked. But if it's like regular amateur people, they'd have to go out and get a fucking job because none of these things are making money. How do they make money?
I mean, this whole situation's been hard where it's like, I understand what people do the things they do for. I don't blame them. I'm just saying like the whole premise of even the podcast was like, it just shows how imbalanced our system is because of the fact that, like we've talked about this on different news articles, the fact that a nurse who provides like life-saving services that we need fucking nurses and stuff.
Needed an OnlyFans to take care of our family.
And some fucking nurses can barely feed their fucking kids. And I get why somebody would make an OnlyFans or would make a fucking Twitch. I'm just saying the premise of like, in terms of productivity, this is the point I've always tried to make, even since episode 1. Like you and me, if I never watch a Twitch stream again, I'll be fucking fine. Life will be pretty fucking peachy for me.
Yeah.
But like, if I get sick, I need a nurse. I need a fucking farmer. I don't
need a Twitch player if my stomach's 100%. Falling out.
It's like exactly. It's like I mean, because that's the point of like us being essential fucking workers. It's like things we fucking need. But the fact that the people we don't need, like Twitch people, are only fucking fans. I mean, not shitting on them because okay, of course, like even I've told Selena this. She's beautiful. If Selena's like, Chris, I started OnlyFans. I made $10,000 a month. Fucking sweetheart, go for it. Do you? I'm not upset about that. But the thing is, you're making $10,000 a month. But that fucking mom of like 2 or 3 fucking kids and who's working 6 fucking days a week, 2 or 3 fucking jobs, she can barely get by. The premise of like the productivity, it's just sickening because it's like right now with the current capitalism fucking system, we're rewarding people who it's like you want to get fucking, and Al said this a million times, you want to fucking get maximum money for little effort. And that's what it irks me. And like, and with technology now and with fucking unemployment, it's really fueling this shit right now. Why should anybody be incentivized to go out there and get a degree, to work fucking hard when I can just sit home and fucking watch TV all day and play Xbox and just bullshit and hang out and make like $1,000 a week? Like you said, why should anybody fuck right now be motivated to go bust their fucking ass and make like, $500 a week busting their ass, or just sit home and make $1,000 a week to sit home?
You want to know how all this can be fixed? I'm going to tell you exactly how all of this can be fixed. If they just took 6% of how much they spend on military spending, just 6%, and they applied it into corporate tax breaks to give us raises over the course of the next 5 years.
Well, What's scary is we're getting to this now actually because Ken, our buddy Ken, what's that you dude? Ken sent me and Junior, well, me and fucking voicemail. Junior heard this. Ken wanted us to talk about, and I told him we would for a little while, about conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
And that's actually kind of ties into this because Ken's like, Chris, what is your favorite conspiracy theories? And I've listened, Ken's a fan of Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan's talked about a billion conspiracy theories. Big ones about like UFOs, obviously Area 51. The moon landing is a huge fucking conspiracy theory. Right now, though, this is a relevant fucking topic for at least me and Junior to break down. Like right now, it's would it be a conspiracy theory? It does make you wonder, what is the current fucking political climate? Like, are they really trying to force socialism down our fucking throat? Because how many news articles have I done in the fucking past month, 2 months, 3 months, where more and more jobs are being fucking cut? From drones to fucking driverless cars and shit. I'll pull up a news article later. A new restaurant in New York City, they actually have fucking bots now. Bots are fucking bringing out food to people sitting down. That's that much more fucking jobs being freaking cut. We have more fucking self-checkout lanes in Walmart, Hannaford, Price Chopper, more fucking jobs being cut. I just fucking went to Oneida to see Jen the other day. All the fucking toll booths in New York State, I'm not sure about the rest of the country, but all the fucking toll booths are gone. Now they're all electronic. All those toll booths had workers inside them. That's that many more fucking jobs are being cut. So all these fucking jobs being cut, what's everybody doing? They're getting a fucking check and sitting home. So who's doing that? It's like, what is that conspiracy theory? Are they really trying to fucking make this country socialism? Because it's like almost scary. We're like, say for instance, and no one knows the numbers, guys. I'm just gonna throw a fucking magical number out there. Let's say we have 300 fucking million people in this country. You got women, children, people on disability, blah blah blah. Let's just say we have 100 million able fucking body people that can fucking work, that can hold a job, but we only have like 10 million jobs available. You're gonna have 90 million fucking people with no fucking work available. So like, hey guys, let's just like, just get a fucking check and spend the rest of your life getting a fucking check. Other countries are doing that. They're fucking, they're having their citizens, here's a fucking check once a month and this is all you fucking get. And that's a very scary way of fucking living because we've seen COVID make fucking people get depressed. We've seen COVID make people fucking want to be suicidal and stuff. If you have nothing, Carlton said this shit not too long ago. Carlton was talking about like incentive. As human beings, we need something to strive for, whether it's love, whether it's fucking longevity, whether it's like getting back in shape, whether it's being with a person or fucking work. Most people want to fucking work hard. You want to work hard because you want a good fucking life. You want a good living. You want to have a decent way to fucking live and decent money. But the thing is, if all the fucking jobs are taken and you're set for the rest of your life thinking, okay, the first of the month, like people on disability, people on Social Security and stuff, if they're going to make universally everybody be in Social Security or in essentially a version of Social Security, what's the incentive then? Like imagine hey, listen, we're going to pay you more money to sit at home all day than actually fucking work. Then what's the point? Like what's the point for you to do anything where it's just like I think that creates a generation and a whole society of fucking laziness, but also it takes people for like, what's the fucking point? What is there to strive for? It's like, well, I'm gonna get a fucking check, like, oh, come the first of the month or second of the month, I'll get like whatever, $1,000 fucking dollars, $2,000 in my checking account, and for the rest of the month I have nothing to do but just sit around playing Call of Duty, watching fucking Netflix, like, just sitting home all day. Like that's a very scary situation to fucking think about our future,
Yeah.
It's like as much as I can't stand my job and work aggravates me, I know tomorrow I have something to fucking do. I have something to look forward to. I've said this fucking before. I learned this it's been almost 2 years now. I had to have stomach surgery. They had to take out a foot of my colon. And I'll tell you right now, I took 2 months off work, people. The first fucking week was a lot of pain meds, a lot of fucking healing. It was great. I watched a lot of Game of Thrones. Popped in some fucking Xbox, cool. Week fucking 2, I'll eat some more, watch more fucking Netflix, pop some more Call of Duty. Week fucking 3, I'm get a little bit fucking, kind of want to get out the house a little bit. My stomach wasn't ready. After fuck the 4th week, I was ready to like start walking, taking slow walks around the fucking neighborhood, around the freaking up and down the stairs, get up out. After fucking month of doing that, I wanted to like kill myself. Like month fucking 2 was me hitting the first time I hit the fucking treadmill, I felt fantastic. Even just walking for 10 minutes on a fucking treadmill, just getting outside, just getting fucking fresh air. Month fucking 2 is a lot of physical rehab, but as a fact of like the cool little vacation was cool for fucking month 2, or sorry, week 1, week 2, even fucking week 3. That vibe though of like having nothing, waking up every day with nothing to fucking do. It's cool, week 1, week 2. After a fucking month, you're like, yo, now I have nothing to fucking do. Like, there's only so much PlayStation or Xbox I could play where I'm like, no, I've got nothing to fucking do. Yeah. Like, it's like the boredom will fucking kick in. And COVID taught a lot of people that shit. It's like, if you have nothing to get up and fucking do, it's like, people can fucking say all day, like, I would never, I want to spend the rest of my life never working again. Most people, that'll drive you fucking insane. I met so many people in my lifetime would say, Chris, if I won the Powerball, I would still work a part-time job. I would still, like, you need something to fucking do. And if conspiracy theory wise, if this government is pushing this whole socialism aspect, if they're pushing more people to sit home and not fucking work, then what's gonna fucking happen to this next generation?
They're fucked. I look at things like this. It's like, hard work isn't valued anymore.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It's just not. Like, if hard work was valued, then the people on the front lines wouldn't be struggling. It's just as simple as that. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, I've said this before, that nurses should be getting paid minimum 30% more than what they're getting paid right now. There's no reason in hell that they should not be making enough money. There's no reason in hell that nurses should not be making a livable salary. According to the Greater London Authority, the livable salary in the United States is 60% of the median household salary plus 15% for unforeseen expenses. Well, so as of last year, it was $61,392 average in the household per year. So that was in the United States. So according to the Greater London Authority, they said 60% was livable, which was approximately $38,000-$39,000 gross a year. I agree with that.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why I agree with that. As a single man, I would be making $13,000 more a year right now if I was to get paid that livable wage.
Yeah.
Okay. I would make $13,000 more a year. I can still afford I can still get a 1-bedroom apartment right now with the money that I make and live perfectly fine. With me, no kid.
Yeah.
Single. I have no other expenses but myself. I can live off of that. You know what I mean? Off my current salary, I can live per se. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But with that livable salary, I can invest. I can do other things to put even more money in my pocket to pay for healthcare expenses. There's universal healthcare in the UK.
Yeah.
So the universal healthcare in the UK, that 15% is toward like unforeseen expenses. Like, let's say if you get into a freak accident with your car, they said plus 15% for unforeseen things, right? In America, I count that 15% because we don't have healthcare. So so I'm going to go according with what they say, and I'm going to say 75% of the median salary in the United States is a livable salary, which is $46,152 a year is a livable salary in the United States because we don't get free healthcare. You know what I mean? So you have to pay. So since you have to pay for healthcare, you have to pay for procedures, you have to pay for prescriptions, you have to pay for, you know what I'm saying? You have to everything you have to pay for. Everything, nothing is flat out free. The only thing that's free is for you to fill out paperwork.
Yeah.
Everything else is just going to get put on hold until you pay for it. You can do all the paperwork that you want to do. It's going to cost you money before you even get your hands on anything.
On a side note, that's what's even fucking scary is like, thank God for the most part, I've had surgeries, but my surgeries are usually from injuries and stuff. You're for the most part pretty fucking healthy. Imagine having a kid that needed insulin. Imagine having a kid that fucking needed medication. Imagine having a kid. There's so many people out there that have like that. These people need like 7-day-a-week fucking healthcare and need medication, and they can barely fucking get by.
Yeah.
And that's why, and I've said this a billion fucking times, and I've tried telling everybody from Selena to Christian to like anybody, like the one thing I've never taken for granted and I'm thankful for, God fucking bless, is like I am overall fucking healthy because like Jesus Christ, I can barely pay my fucking bills right fucking now. Imagine if I had a ongoing condition.
Yeah.
I mean, I really couldn't financially imagine what life would be like if I had an ongoing condition that required whatever dialysis or something, or fuck. There's so many people out there who got fucking stage 4 cancer or some shit. Like, and that's what's scary is like, yeah, it's like if you don't have fucking money in this country,
you're fucked.
You're fucked. So
that is a conspiracy theory in itself. Well, speaking of conspiracy theories,
so that's a conspiracy theory question I would ask you then for you and me. So like, if we're gonna go down a conspiracy theory road, what is the incentive? Why would this government be trying to fucking force socialism down our fucking throats for instead of capitalism? Like what is the why we've seen right now during COVID? Call us a conspiracy theory. Why are they making people want to fucking sit home more versus going out there and working? Like what would be the incentive? Like if we're gonna play devil's advocate and play conspiracy theory, I'm just fucking thinking to myself, like, I'm just gonna rip off the top of my head that it makes fucking people have this false sense of security, but also just like, you know, if people, I don't know, it's like maybe if like people have too much fucking free time, which we're seeing shit with social media, maybe it's like they can control what people fucking think, how they react and stuff. If you have so much fucking free time, I guess like you have more time to like bullshit or something or talk about race wars and shit. And,
here's the thing I talked about with these customers at my job, right? The thing that I said that they were all just like bug-eyed over because they're like, holy fuck, I didn't think that nobody else really thought like this, which is why these guys will be listening in on this podcast.
Yeah.
And I didn't get their names, but shout out to them.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, what people initially see is what they base all of their reaction on. What they initially that's why the headlines are so important, because what people read on the headlines will get an immediate reaction.
True.
Nobody cares about the full story. People already have too much time on their hands as it is. Nobody cares about the full story of anything.
It's been proven how many fucking times, especially on Facebook, you'll see an article from like whatever, any kind of news outlet, right? People read the headline, and then when you actually fucking read the article, it's a whole different fucking situation. But you can tell by people's comment sections. You can tell somebody who never read the actual article, they just read the fucking headline just based on their comments.
Yes.
And that's fucking sad.
Yes. Because people don't fact check. They believe what's in front of their face is an irrefutable fact. even if, like, let's just look at, like I said, for example, let's just look at, what was something that was on the news? Something that was on the news about with COVID-19, like the vaccines and stuff like that. Like there was something about more vaccines being brought out in New York State, more restrictions getting uplifted shortly. Like pretty much by the end of summer, things should be back to normal, at least in New York State. Yeah. Like where the mask mandates would be up and things like that.
Well, on a side note, listen to Steven Crowder. I thought about you the entire time.
Yeah.
He was talking about that so far, according to CDC themselves, that like they're breaking down with the whole Lizzo's fat ass and stuff, that like about promoting like being fucking fat and overweight. He said that according to CDC, that out of COVID deaths, right, 80% of fucking people who died of fucking COVID were obese.
Yeah.
Because they're saying like, you know, how when you're overweight, when you're fucking obese and stuff, your body has harder time of fighting off fucking infections and stuff and fighting off diseases, which is fucking true. I'm not saying people, obviously it's only 80%. You can still be fucking relatively good health and die of something. But it's a fucking point that when you are overweight, when you are fucking obese, you do have a lesser immune system to fight things fucking down. So it's like, I was kept thinking to myself, laughing, but you were like, you know what? So basically what COVID's telling us is that 80% of people who died of COVID were fat. So like, this is COVID's way of fucking cleansing the fat people.
Inconvenient fat people.
80% of people who died are fucking obese.
So please go, COVID. I don't understand why you didn't attack my dad yet, but please feel free to attack his fat ass. So it's
fucking COVID.
Here's more. I'm gonna answer the biggest conspiracy theory question. One of the biggest conspiracy theory questions of all: is the government trying to control us? The government already does control us.
Oh, yeah.
Like 100%. The government 100% controls us. People say, oh, I do what I want. Your reactions are controlled because they know that you're not intelligent enough to look into details about anything. Because people think they're so fucking smart because they have a smartphone in their hand. Technology has dropped people's IQs down to borderline remedial status.
Yeah.
What's crazy to me is that if you can't stand in front of me and have a conversation with me without getting out your phone, you have no intelligence. I can't. If you cannot pick up a fucking book and just read something in front of me,
Yep.
You don't get to talk to me. My thing is just that you have to exude some sort of intelligence outside social media and outside of your phones. Yes, you can do all the research you want on your phones because that's what the fuck it is for. It's a mini computer that you talk into. That's what these smartphones are.
True.
But nobody does any fucking research. They just look at what's there and it's just like, oh my God, the media said this. It's a fucking epidemic of the dumbest shit ever. Like, it was just like when the fucking people like I don't know, I don't even want to even talk about the fucking people who go on here and fucking race bait. I'm not even gonna get into it. But it's just the fact that the race baiting is lack of intelligence. The race baiting is going on because there's a lack of intelligence. Because when Philando Castile was killed by police officers, he took 4 fucking shots to the chest. Where was the fucking riots? He fully complied with police officers. He was fully fucking compliant.
Yeah.
And he took 4 to the chest 4 bullets to the chest in front of his fucking girlfriend that recorded it and in front of his fucking 4-year-old daughter. Where the fuck was the riots?
Yeah.
Nowhere to be found. I rest my case. Now, why did the riots happen for George Floyd but not for Philando Castile? Because we had nothing to fucking do.
Yeah.
There was nothing happening in America. For 6 months prior to this shit, we sat in our fucking houses and went stir crazy because nothing was fucking open.
Yeah.
The moment that news hit about George Floyd getting the knee on his fucking neck because of a police officer, everybody fucking erupted, left their fucking houses, raided fucking stores, did all this extra shit. None of that shit was happening when everybody was working.
True.
None of this shit was happening. There was so many other fucking when Sandra Bland got fucking hogtied, dragged out of the fucking police car. She was already dead at this point, by the way. She was fucking lifeless.
Cheers.
She got hogtied in the back of a fucking police car, a fucking black woman that was pulled over because of expired registration.
Oh.
She died in police custody, hogtied in the back of a fucking police car. Where the fuck was the riots? Oh, that's right. Everybody was fucking working. Nobody was thinking about fucking rioting. Everybody was speaking up, saying how much of a piece of shit those police officers were, and they deserve all this extra shit. When COVID-19 hit and nobody had anything to fucking do, there was no working, there was anything like that. All of our actions was 100% predicted and controlled.
Can't disagree with you there.
Think about it. Think about it 1 second. Think about it. Look at the fucking statistics. When fucking Trayvon Martin was fucking killed by George Zimmerman, and he got away with it, where was the fucking riots?
Yeah.
Where was the fucking people breaking his fucking door down? Where was the people lining up to fucking shoot the guy? This guy is walking around America like he didn't do shit.
True.
To this day, he's walking around fucking America like he hasn't done a fucking thing wrong.
Yeah.
Where are the fucking riots? Where is the fucking bullshit? Where is it? Alton Sterling. Oh my fucking God. This man took 6 shots to the fucking chest. Police officers, you had this fat ass white cop on his fucking side, with the gun pointed at fucking Alton Sterling. He took 6 shots. He was already fucking dead. They had the cop laying on the fucking ground like he was some sort of heroic pose with the fucking gun in his hand. The guy was there was like 4 fucking cops in the vicinity. He was already pinned down and he still took 6 shots to the fucking chest. There was no gun near him. He had no gun. It was already proof that he had no gun. Where the fuck was the riots?
Yeah.
Yep. Nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
I will 100% say with the conspiracy theory that our actions are controlled by the media. Our actions are controlled. Yeah. If to prove me wrong, the next time they put on the fucking media that a white cop killed a fucking black person, don't riot, don't protest, don't do shit. Watch how fast that shit disappears from the front page.
Yep.
I rest my fucking case. I ain't talking about this shit no more. This shit's fucking crazy, man. Like, I'm like, yo, people would literally look at me. People would literally look at me like, no, you're just a conspiracy theorist. I'm like, look at the fucking facts.
Well, you know what's in retrospect? Just think right now, it's 2021. So to fucking answer your question, this reminds me of like, okay, like my favorite one, not my favorite one, but my most popular one in my lifetime, because Joe Rogan's talked about like the moon landing and stuff, and like stuff with like Operation Norwoods, and like how this government, it's been proven that the American government throughout history has royally fucked their citizens, and they don't give a shit about their citizens, and they do horrible shit. But like, okay, 20 years ago, it's 2011, 2001, right now it's 2020, 2021. Fucking 9/11. When 9/11 happened, I was 19 fucking years old. When that freaking shit happened, everybody was fucking gung-ho. Everybody was America this, terrorist that, and stuff. If any single fucking person questioned for half a fucking second if the government had ulterior motives, you were a fucking terrorist, you were a fucking conspiracy theorist, you were a piece of shit, you were anti-fucking American, you were labeled like you were the biggest scumbag out there because you had to be fucking pro-American and pro-fucking anti-fucking Muslim. And like there were so many situations, almost like right now, where Muslim fucking kids were getting a shit kicked out of them. Muslim people were getting fucking dragged out into the streets. Social media back 20 years ago wasn't what it is fucking now.
No.
But like how many fucking innocent fucking Muslim people were getting fucking either shot or stabbed or fucking or like drawn out of their own communities because they happen to fucking be Muslim, which had nothing to fucking do with 9/11. So fast forward to fucking 20 years. Now how many fucking people have asked the fucking question, like, damn guys, a lot of things don't fucking make sense. Like possibly could it have been an inside job? I would be like much like Joe Rogan to say that, like, I'm not saying 9/11 couldn't have been fucking terrorists, but I'm also fucking not saying that it wouldn't fucking, I remember fucking even listening to Howard Stern when Artie was on there, and Artie fucking this was like fucking 3 years after 9/11 happened, and people were asking the fucking question of like, with obviously fucking Dick Cheney and fucking George Bush, the big fucking thing was like, damn, as soon as 9/11 happened, then the fucking these oil companies, Louis Blackman talked about this shit, these oil companies were making record-breaking, back in even 2001, trillions of fucking dollars and shit. And like, and it's funny how Dick fucking Cheney and George Bush, all their fucking families were involved with the oil companies. And the second them fucking towers came down, next you know, all the oil companies are fucking making trillions and trillions and trillions. And like, people would ask the fucking questions like, do you think that there's people out there that are so fucking evil that they would sacrifice 2,000 American lives? I'm like, you're goddamn right they would.
For trillions of fucking dollars, absolutely.
Right, come on. It's like, I just like said, none of us can fucking prove this, obviously, but there is a metric shit ton. Like, listen to Jesse Ventura, listen to conspiracy theorists. There's so much evidence out there that like we can't prove it was a fucking inside job, but it wouldn't surprise anybody if it was an inside job, because even on this fucking podcast, we've talked about human fucking greed has no fucking bounds.
Nope.
Simple as that. Like someone based on, I don't fucking know Dick Cheney fucking directly. I don't fucking know what the guys behind closed doors are like. But like these people that are worth fucking billions and trillions of fucking dollars, do you think for a fucking second that they give a shit about the average American citizen? Nope. Fuck no. We're all fucking just mindless sheep to them. So it wouldn't surprise me fucking for a second if these people orchestrated putting 2 fucking planes into 2 fucking buildings and purposely starting a war, because after 9/11 happened, this was a proven fact too, the fucking military, the recruitment rate, because everybody was like, shit, they wanted revenge, they wanted fucking blood. How many fucking 18 to 25-year-old kids were signing the fuck up to the fucking military to go fuck overseas and fucking get some goddamn payback and shit? And it's been proven, guys, and like none of us are alive anymore to have seen this shit, but you can look through history. The Great Depression, the biggest thing that got America out of the Great Depression was war. It's like World War II, as fucked up as it was, it got this country out of the fucking Great Depression. Our economy was pretty fucking shitty back in 2001. As soon as fucking 2001 came, 9/11 happened, we go to Afghanistan, we start making, next you know, our economy starts fucking boosting again. Like, war creates fucking jobs, it creates a good fucking economy. It would not surprise me at all if all fucking 9/11 was fucking orchestrated. And Rogan said this himself, like, I can't prove it. And Ken, to answer your fucking question, what would be a conspiracy theory? Like Ken asked a question of like, when is enough is enough? When is it time to stop talking about it? The thing is, we can't fucking prove anything, but we can ask fucking questions. And there is a mountain of fucking evidence that, you know, for most people, they could speculate that this shit, it seems like a lot of it was an inside job, but we can't fucking prove it, but at least we can ask the fucking question. But for a fucking second, don't ever fucking think that human fucking greed, whether somebody
knows no bounds.
Exactly. It doesn't, it's like black and And we'll tell people all fucking day. Don't think fucking for a second it's black, white, Hispanic, Asian, fuck Irish, whatever. The fucking only color that fucking matters in this fucking world is green. Yep. It's money. Simple as that. So my biggest conspiracy theory, at least in my lifetime, because we had the times Area 51, even Area 51. Let's fucking look back on, like, we talked about this shit in a fucking podcast, and plenty of people have. If aliens did fucking exist, if there's 100% fucking irrefutable proof that aliens fucking did land in this fucking country, the average fucking person would go goddamn bananas. Come on, think about that. We right now we are arguing over the most arbitrary things, like the color of our fucking skin, the color of our eyes, the length of our hair, who we want to fuck, man, woman, trans, whatever. Do you think the human race is truly fucking ready for extraterrestrial fucking beings? I for a second would understand if the government did say, hey guys, aliens have landed and we can't tell you assholes because you're too fucking stupid to understand the fact of like what the impact of this shit is. I for a fucking second would understand the fact, like, look at how much shit all of us are, we are causing wars over who believes in like which fucking mythical god, whether it's fucking Buddha or Allah or fucking Jesus or Muhammad or whoever and shit. Like, you think our species is truly fucking ready to hear about if aliens actually are fucking real? Come on.
I'd welcome an alien with open arms.
Yeah.
I dated an alien female before any of these fucking earthlings.
The thing. Yeah. it's like Al's like Al's the first person to be fucking some blue ass. Like,
oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna fuck an alien.
That's why he's slinging.
I hope an alien's listening to our podcast. Like, I'll be like, yo, listen, throw them alien cheeks over here because I'm ready for it. Fuck that. Like, yo, no. I honestly, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. If I ever met an alien, I wouldn't freak out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be 100%, unless they like try to kill me.
Of course.
If they try to kill me, then that's one thing. But it's like if I see one and I'm like, oh shit, that's a fucking alien. Yo, I'm gonna go up and try to fist bump the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna try to communicate. I'm like, yo, fist bump. That means we cool. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna try to talk to the motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like that. But that I'm so laid back with shit like that. Like, it would just be funny as fuck. I want to add something to what you were saying before when you were talking about how we're so fucking stupid because we start wars over religion.
But I'm just religion. Think about fucking Hitler, right? Hitler, that wasn't based on religion. That was based on fucking like hatred. That was hatred, but also thinking that like blonde hair, fucking blue eyes made you the superior fucking race. And like right now we are. It's scary, dude. Like we are. On a fucking
we haven't
verge.
Evolved.
Well, I'm just saying, like right now in our current generation, our current society, the fact that and I'll even say this in this fucking podcast, the fact that we've even had to say the words civil war in our lifetimes is fucking scary. And what is the point of fucking civil war? It's just because of it comes down to skin color. The fact that like there is this mythological fucking race war that sometimes at some point could fucking happen. And what is the point of a fucking race war? What, to prove that fucking whites or blacks are more oppressed or not oppressed or this and that? Like, what is the point? It's all about the color, how much fucking melanin is in your goddamn skin.
Here's what the race war is. The race war is not a physical war. The race war is a social media war.
Yeah.
The race war is a social media war. It comes down to
riots though. Riots and attacks and,
But the riots come in from the acts of interracial violence.
Yeah.
Right? That's where that's where it comes from. Right? That's not a result of the race war. That's a result that is what's perpetrated from it, right? As the race war in itself is not physical by any means. There's no physical thing that's race war, right? It's all social media. In 2021, the race war that's currently good, there is a race war going on. It's unfortunate, but it is going on right now. You know what I'm saying? You had a similar experience that you were talking to me today about, you know what I'm saying, at your job where this guy was...
Well, that's what I'm getting scared about. What happens if, like, let's say you and me walk to a fucking corner store and, like, I get fucking jumped because of the color of my skin, or you get jumped because of the color of your skin? That's what I'm saying. Like, it comes down to it. Like, it's like, it's going to be, I really get fucking scared of, like, the more we keep segregating ourselves with this whole fucking social media bullshit, it's going to come down to, like, certain neighborhoods you can't go to, certain neighborhoods I can't go to. We start breaking it down. Like, it's getting to a very fucking fine line, a scary fucking place where the more this shit keeps fucking happening, it's going to come down to, it's like, even walls that talk about Hollywood, for example, they want like more black directors to direct fucking black actors. They want more women directors to direct fucking more women-based films. It's like, so how much more do you want to segregate us for? It's like, how much more
segregation never truly ended.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go ahead and say that segregation never truly
but
ended.
they're talking about fucking having like more black only colleges, more only white only colleges, more only women. It's just like that's getting fucked up, man.
The
Like,
ultimate. You want to know what my favorite? You want to know what my favorite conspiracy theory is, Ken? You want to know what my favorite conspiracy theory is? Segregation never ended.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that is my conspiracy theory, is that segregation never ended. It might, because the separation of church and state allowed for people to make white only churches. Like in Murdoch, Minnesota, they made a white only church, and with the idea that there was they created a religion that said that, well, according to this religion, that white people are, but that only white people should mate with white people.
So I have to ask Al about the. I mean, I've been to like I see the thing. I've been to black churches because what they're considered black churches, but see, even like the black
they're not considered black churches. They're just churches.
But I'm saying, but like the black churches though, the black churches, you could be a white guy and walk into a black church.
Yeah,
and nobody cared. It's like, so even though they were a black church, because most of the people there were black, they weren't like if you were white or Hispanic or Asian or something, whatever. You couldn't walk in, and like if you weren't black, they would still accept you into there. They were considered, because everybody there was black because of the neighborhood, but like they were a black church, but it wasn't like a black church because they didn't want nobody else there. It's just that was the neighborhood that was all fucking black. Like you're saying, it's like I could walk in. I've been to fucking black churches and black funerals. Nobody fucking tried to stab me or shooting me. But like you said, but down the fucking south though, if it's a white only fucking church, go ahead and be not white and walk in there.
Yeah.
What happens to you?
Yeah, no, but that's just the thing though. It's just that people will sit there and say, like, you know, oh, well, we need to get over the age of slavery. Motherfucker, we need to get over the age of segregation.
Yeah.
Fuck slavery. Slavery happened. That's how this country was built. We got to move on. It's not moving on past. We got to move on past slavery now. It's segregation now. Segregation is the biggest issue that nobody talks about. Segregation, listen, segregation was made illegal in 1968 when the Civil Rights Act was passed.
You know what's fucking scary though? On a side note, Junior, is like they're showing fucking recently. Somebody on fucking Twitter showed this thing with the George Floyd Central fucking Square where he got fucking killed and stuff. Mm-hmm. And there's a big fucking sign. And this sign, how is this legal or how is this whatever? But like, you know, this is to honor George Floyd. This is to honor so and so. But if you're a white person, it's like the sign fucking flat says if you're white people, if you enter this area, you have to act like they have these rules for white people to enter this area. And I'm like, that's like, how is that not segregation?
Yeah. No,
that's fucked up.
This is what I'm saying. Segregation never ended.
Sure.
Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. But if we talk about how black people are trying to segregate whites out of being respectful to blacks,
yeah,
nobody wants to talk about that.
Yeah,
right. Nobody wants to talk about that, right? So. Because again, these are more issues that nobody wants to talk about.
Yeah, because right now on the face fucking value, this fucking sign, there actually are fucking rules that like if you and me walk into this George fucking Floyd Square, well, okay, the signs actually fucking say if you are a white person, you have to follow by these fucking rules. You show me what area in 2021. Any fucking where in fucking America that if I made a block or something or
anywhere
square,
in the world besides America.
Yeah, but like you know, could you imagine the fucking social media outrage where it said like, you know, here's like, you know, whatever Tony Timpa fucking Square, and if you are fucking black, you have to act according to these fucking rules. They would slay them fucking people.
Yeah.
You know, but it's like, but you're telling me at this quote unquote fucking George Floyd fucking Square that if I'm fucking white, I have to follow these fucking rules and guidelines. Get the fuck out of here, man. Like,
listen. Nobody wants to talk about that. Like, you want to know why? It's because if we as blacks establish a rule for white people, nobody wants to say anything because we were segregated back then.
Yeah.
So if we do it now, that's our justice.
Exactly.
No. And I'm like, but how does that make you any better than what they were back then to do what you're doing now?
Yeah, people are getting so tired of that bullshit. I'm so fucking tired. And that's another thing, fucking white people talking about, like, you know, I'm sorry, I'm apologize, blah, blah. Look, asshole, you weren't alive 200 fucking years ago. I don't give a shit what
nobody was.
I don't care what your great-great-grand fucking dad, your great-great-grandma, great-great-granddad, I don't give a shit. You have to go by the actions of what you did in your lifetime. I'm never going to fucking apologize for anything my father did, my mother did, my grandparents did, my fucking Uncle fucking Bob from fucking 1896 or some shit. I don't fucking care. I go by my actions in my lifetime.
Yep.
Like, stop with this fucking bullshit. Well, back in 1905, ain't nobody fucking from 1905 alive anymore.
You weren't alive in 1905, so why the fuck are you talking about 1905? You weren't alive. You weren't alive. Like,
stop with the bullshit.
Like, here's my thing, right? Here's my thing that kills me. right? You know what? A lot of this shit that we're mentioning in the podcast right now, I'm also going to mention in my YouTube channel. So it's because I'm going to talk about it. I swear to you, I'm going to talk about it, and I don't give a fuck how people feel. Go fuck yourself, because at the end of the day, it's like, okay, so it's just like, you know what I mean, like, like I had this conversation with a friend of mine like 2 weeks ago, and I was just, you know, having it, and I was just telling her, I was like, listen, because she's a white girl and she prefers to date black guys,
Okay.
right? And she prefers to date black guys.
Like, what a racist bitch.
Yeah, like you know what I mean? Like,
how dare you?
You know what I mean? But she says that, right? There's black women that be outraged by that.
And there's white people get outraged by
and
that
white
shit.
people would be outraged, black women would be outraged. You know what I mean? But when the white people are outraged by the white girl wanting a black man,
yeah,
they're racist, they're pieces of shit. But if the black women had something to say about the white girl wanting the black man, then that's them defending the culture. Yep. No, the fuck it isn't. You're racist. Yeah. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and sit there and say this right now. I'm like, if you, this is what I mean, that we Americans contradict ourselves. That's why nobody in the fucking world wants us around them. Nobody, you want to know what the weird part about it is? That nobody wants Americans around. Nobody, no country in this world wants an American.
Remember that fucking meme we had, like, in Token, this shit? Like, my friend Alex said this shit. It's like how the rest of the fucking America looks at Florida is how the fucking rest of the world looks at us.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like you said, it's like, you know, okay, obviously anybody with half a fucking brain who spent 5 seconds in school, in American fucking school, yes, nobody's fucking debating this country did have a fucking racist past. Yes, there was a lot of fucking segregation. Look, Native fucking Americans, what happened? They were wiped out to fucking extinction. Yes, a lot of the bad shit happened, but this shit also happened 200, 300, 400, 500 fucking years ago. In modern society, this shit doesn't fucking exist, and you guys are blowing this shit way the fuck out of proportion. But that's the thing, because of like, well, what happened back in 1902 or 1860, I don't give a shit what happened fucking back then. It's like the current fucking climate of the way we're constantly fucking excusing racism from fucking black people to white people, or like, you know, what was it? I seen a fucking news article a couple days ago where it's like this person who's pro Black Lives Matter, who's pro white, who's pro this, he did a bunch of fucking hate crime against Asian people. Oh, it's different then. Okay, so you're pro Black Lives fucking matter, you're pro freaking white people shitting on black people, but it's okay for you to sit there and fucking call these Asian women race, or like, you know, chink fucking bitch or something, or slanty-eyed fucking cunts or whatever. So it's like, oh, so it's bad when white people treat you like shit, but it's okay for you to treat Asian people like shit, right?
No.
It's like, and that's the fucking problem. It's like, the cliche, guys, is like, two wrongs don't fucking make a right. Yes, history has been fucking shitty in this country, from white people to fucking black people, from white people to fucking to Asian people, from white people to fucking to Native Americans. But the thing is, if you want to be fucking better as a people, as a culture, as a fucking species, you learn fucking to evolve and stop making past mistakes. And this is the fucking problem, and it's happened my entire goddamn lifetime. Is the issue is history keeps fucking repeating itself. It's like, you know, people, it's like, we're not evolving, we're devolving. The thing is, yes, white people did horrible fucking shit back in the day. No one's fucking debating that. But the thing is, by you sitting there and doing the exact same fucking thing, it's like, you know, like I said, my 13-year-old fucking son had nothing to fucking do with what happened in the 20s and 30s and 40s and 50s and back in fucking 1990. My kid was born in 2007. Stop shitting on my fucking 13-year-old for stuff that happened back in the fucking 80s or fucking 90s. He had no control over that shit.
Here's where I'm going to say something about the history that does affect us today. The events of Black Wall Street does affect us today. Okay? I'm going to branch off a little bit because we're still technically on the same topic. Black Wall Street does have an impact on things that happen today. Do you want to know why? Black Wall Street, the destruction of Black Wall Street happened because of a lie.
Yeah.
Black people were butchered, imprisoned because of a lie. Today, in modern society, a lot of black people are getting arrested and charged and doing some serious time because of lies.
Yeah.
That I can say is a definite fact. That is a premise of something, of history truly repeating itself. Is it just black people? Absolutely not. But there is more of a percentage of black people in prison on false charges than cops getting convicted of murder in the last 14 years. That's scary. Look at, and I'm just gonna let's go to the overall population. The overall population, there are more people that are in prison right now because of false allegations now than cops and all the charges that they face to this day in the last 15 years. That is a scary statistic. That is scary. That so many people are in jail because of false charges. Yeah. So in a sense, Black Wall Street is a symbol. The destruction of Black Wall Street is a symbol of how Americans act to this day. A trend that is followed where black culture and what we stood for is slowly getting destroyed. But now we're doing it more from within than from white people. Because it was a government sanctioned thing for Black Wall Street to get destroyed when it did. Tulsa, Oklahoma. That was a government sanctioned attack on black people because of an allegation, because a white woman said, "This black man touched me." So I will say that there are major events in history that's coming back and destroying us as a whole because history is repeating itself.
Yeah.
But in general, I agree with your statement. I agree 100%. I'm just saying that there are major events in history that is repeating itself.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not disputing what you said because I agree 100%.
That's why I said I never try to be a pessimistic person, but like, guys, I'm drinking fucking Jack Daniels with honey. I'm drinking Pepsi right now because I keep saying, like, you know, for being blue collar people that we're fucked, but like, it's sit back, have a fucking drink, laugh about this shit because it seems like, you know, our species is just like, we're not fucking evolving. We're just repeating the same cycle of bullshit. And so it's like, whether it's fucking, it seems like it's almost like, you know, friggin' how white people fucking treated like Native Americans, every other fucking culture. Now it's just like, it's almost like, well, now this is fucking black culture treating white people like fucking shit. Like, okay, no doubt, maybe fucking the thing is, hundreds of years ago, they fucking deserve this stuff. But the thing is, like, nothing, it comes down to different fucking trends. It's like, you know, okay, it's like every culture, every fucking skin tone is so busy trying to, like, get payback for what happened hundreds of thousands of years ago. Why don't we start fucking evolving? Why don't we start striving to evolve to be fucking better than that? It's not. It's just, it's so much like, I said this shit fuck with Selena and stuff. It's like, instead of me fucking trying to get revenge on her, have some forgiveness, have some understanding, try fucking moving forward. We're so busy looking backwards. We're so busy fucking repeating past mistakes and stuff, you know? And so many fucking, like, listen, if your girlfriend hurts your feelings, if your wife hurts your feelings, if somebody fucking cheats on you, no doubt you want fucking revenge. You're angry, you're pissed off. Anybody fucking is. But stop spending so much fucking time trying to fucking just repeat past mistakes. And it's like the whole fucking cycle of violence, the whole cycle of like repetitiveness, it's all we're fucking doing. It's just like right now, it's like the way this whole fucking social media and this culture is just like treating like every white person. It's like, I keep telling people all damn time, it's not like, you know, I grew up with fucking mom and dad and stuff, and like my grandparents, it's like we didn't sit there like, hey Chris, it's dinner time, it's 6 o'clock at night, okay, and we sit down, we say fucking grace, we say grace of like, you know, hey dear God, please let, like, you know, every black person in this country have a miserable, horrible fucking life. It's like this whole stigma of like making every white person, every fucking cop to be this racist, awful piece of shit. It's simply not fucking true. But goddamn, the media and Twitter and everything, they're making out to be like, you know, everybody who's got blonde hair and blue eyes is some fucking like bigoted asshole. It's not fucking true. It's like these stereotypes, they gotta fucking end at some point.
They're only going to end if we end it. Yeah. They will end in our own circles, right? And we can only embrace the people who don't want to participate in this race war. Okay, we stay neutral. We stay to ourselves. We embrace and we embody unity. We embody respect, unity. We do the things. We appreciate each other from a different standpoint. You know what I mean? Like, Chris, you're my childhood friend. You've been in my life my entire life. You've known me my entire life.
We're basically family at this point.
We're pretty much family. Like, you know, we've hung out as friends for 20 years. You know what I mean? And we're pretty much just at the point where it's like, you know what? I'm black, you're white. And none of that matters. No. You know what I'm saying? Well, none of that has ever mattered. I would bring you to a hood party any day, any weekend, and it would be the funniest shit in the world. Don't get me wrong. It would probably be the funniest shit in the world. But if I brought you to a hood party, like, everybody would love you because you're like, yo, like, this guy's actually really fucking cool. Even though you don't fit in you'd fucking stick out like a candle in the middle of a fucking alley.
Goddamn right.
But it would be funny as fuck because it's like, I could just see how you would be in this party. But I'm just saying, like, I could do that though. Just like you could bring me to like some like mansion party in fucking Altamont with a bunch of uppity fucking white people, and I could put on a suit and a tie and I could blend in like I fucking belong there. You know what I mean? But it's just the point, like, but that's just because of the type of people that we are. What this is doing, they're separating themselves because they're narrow-minded. Because people are so narrow-minded now, and they're only focusing on one thing at a time because they can't branch their minds out to think about what's going on around them because their world is so small. Their world exists within a 3-block radius with the occasional Miami trip. That's what these people's worlds is at. These people's worlds is stuck in one city with the occasional Miami trip.
True.
They're not around in states all over the country. They're not mingling with other people. They're not mingling with other groups and understanding that this hatred is with so few people, but it's so widespread with so few people that it seems like that everybody's full of it.
It's scary. I told you about that prison story where this old man, I forgot his name now. It's been so long now. It's been 10 years, but like, we had this old guy that was in prison, and he had like basically blue collar. No, he had white collar crime. He had embezzlement and stuff. And he one time broke down inside the ASAP program. He would break down stats and stuff and numbers, and he would say, like, you know, he would break down numbers of, like, you know, how many fucking people never leave their hometown. And how many people never leave their home state? How many fucking people never leave the fucking country? And it's scary, the fact that some people, they grow up, they never fucking travel. They never fucking get education, never get any kind of fucking jobs. They spend their entire life sitting like within the same fucking city, within the same fucking state. They never traveled. They're just, like I said, they spend their whole life in the same 3 or 4 block radius. And it's fucking scary. And that's the fucking problem is a lot of these fucking people on the Twitters and stuff and Instagrams and Facebook, they think that because, well, you know, my like he would say, like, you know, hey guys, what do you think's what number one type of music in the fuck country? Everyone fucking from Brooklyn's like, oh, we think rap music, because in their 3 or 4 block radius, rap music is the fucking dominant factor. Like, if you're down in the Bronx or something, New York City, you guys aren't hearing country, you're hearing fucking rap all damn day. He'd say, actually speaking, from a country standpoint and a global standpoint, rap is like fucking number 10. But the thing is, but these people who never leave their 3 or 4 block radius, all they hear is fucking rap and hip hop all damn day. But like globally, no, rap is nowhere near being that fucking popular. But the thing is, but in their minds and in their world and where they come from, rap is a fucking dominant thing, because that's all they fucking know, is sitting in their little fucking bubble. Yeah, and that shit's fucking scary. It's a thought bubble. Their thought bubble is, this is what's going on in the world because this is what's portrayed on the media. Yeah. So their portrayal of the world is based off of a couple of news articles. Yeah. And the news articles is that this entire world is racist because there's a couple of white cops shooting a couple of black people. Yep. They don't see anything else. We said this before. Me grew up as a fucking kid. I grew up in the 80s and 90s, and the cliche was like, you know, black. It's like it's like, this is the modern day fucking media. The media back when I was a teenager into the fucking 20s was, black people are fucking criminals. Black people fucking are just like constantly robbing places, shooting freaking places. Because when you're sitting there and you live in a decent neighborhood in a decent section of the city, and all you see is every single fucking day the news. Because we didn't have Twitter, we didn't have Facebook. We didn't have Instagram and stuff. We had fucking channel 6, channel 10, channel 13.
Yep.
If every single fucking night for 7-8 days for a month straight, if all you see is like, you know, black guy robs a store, black guy robs a store, black guy robs a store, after a month, 2-3 months of seeing this shit, you're thinking, Jesus Christ, man, I'm living in a city when all it is black guys fucking robbing a store. Which it's like these are isolated incidences, but the media is portraying to be like all black guys robbing fucking stores. Now 20 fucking years later, now it's reversed. Now it's like all white people are pieces of shit.
Yep.
All white, all fucking cops are fucking just gunning down thousands of fucking black people by the fucking day, which are like, no, this isn't fucking true. And it's like, you know, how the media portrayed this is like growing up as a fucking kid. Like I said, I had all fucking black friends and gay friends and Hispanic friends. None of my friends, your uncle, none of my fucking black friends had rap sheets, had criminal fucking records. They weren't fucking robbing corner stores. But hop in the fucking news though. The news would tell you every fucking black guy in Albany is a fucking criminal.
Yeah.
According to the news.
And nobody even wants to talk about that.
So it really shows you that things really haven't fucking changed. The thing is, social media has fucking changed. It's updated. The technology's updated, but like the narrative hasn't really fucking changed. The only difference is now it's like it's shifted from like, you know, all black people are fucking criminals. Now it's like all
black people are victims.
Thank you. That's exactly what I was gonna fucking say.
No.
So it's a generation gap. So now it's like Christian's 13 years old. What's gonna happen when Christian's 25? When Christian's fucking 30 years old? Well, how's the narrative gonna fucking be 10 years from now?
The narrative changes when we stop relying on the media to give us the news.
Yeah.
The narrative is going to change when we stand up and we say, I'm not watching the news anymore. I haven't watched the news in 3 years. I haven't seen a bit of the news in 3 years. I hide every media story on my Facebook. I don't watch the news one bit. Do you know why I don't watch the news one bit? Because I work, because I do things, because everything that I'm saying right now is based off of based off of research that I've done. Every single time, Chris, that you bring a story to my attention, I immediately go and do research based on what people are saying. Like you told me that people were saying that, you know, cops are gunning down people by the hundreds.
Yeah.
And I look and I'm just like, damn, cops killed 485 white people and only 236 black people. But more black people are getting killed. Well, black people don't represent as much of the population. So where does that... So that only matters when we pull up evidence that more white people are getting killed by cops than black people. Well, it's because there's more white people. But 14% of the population makes up 60% of violent crimes.
Can't say that though.
But you can't excuse that then. Because you would think that if there's more white people in America, that they would be more responsible for more violent crimes, right? So why is 14% of the population in America doing 60% of the fucking violent crimes?
I think overall, if we wrap stuff up, because I have some news articles, but I want to get more people here for this. I think, Ken, what comes down to, because I'm on my fucking fifth glass of Jack and Honey, it's like the biggest conspiracy theory, man. My favorite's always been...
Yeah, stop drinking. You gotta take me home.
Yeah, that'll be fine, but I probably won't kill you driving. But no, it's like, you know, 9/11 definitely was my biggest one in the past 20 years, but currently fucking modern day, at least in America, I'm not sure where you're from, how things are over there, or other countries, but definitely it's like the biggest conspiracy theory is like some reason the media is really turning us against each other and the government, and I'm not fucking sure why, but there's definitely some kind of like, there's some agenda going on that we don't know about, but like this whole fucking, this racial divide, I'm not sure what other countries, what they're going through, but in America, it's like, you know, this racial fucking divide is getting like really worse by the fucking week, and I'm not sure what the solution is going to be. But like definitely the conspiracy theory is scary. Is like, you know, they make it out to be like, you know, it's like every white person hates fucking black people and black people hate fucking white people. I'm not sure what the future is gonna be. So besides just like hanging out with your own friends, your own family, and just like stay the fuck at home and just like I don't know. You
don't need to stay at home. You need to stay away from people who have the stupid thought bubbles. That's what you need to stay away from. Stay away from the people that only get their news from media outlets.
We talked about Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan said that shit recently. He's like, it's becoming scary with social media now. It's like social media is making where it's like you can find groups, you can find people that are just as ignorant as you are, and you can fucking get to these groups and you can be like in these media or these fucking thought bubbles, and you can find people that think exactly fucking like you, and it's filter out everybody who doesn't think like you.
Yeah.
It's like, and that could be racism, that could be socialism, it can be whatever ism. But it's like, if you hate fucking black people, you can fucking find a group that hates black people just as much as you do. Yeah. If you hate white people, you can find a fucking group out there. If you're just pure liberal or pure conservative or pure fucking libertarian, you can find people that just fucking like you. And that's what's fucking scary. And at least from episode 1, I've tried saying all of us, whether it's Junior here or Al or Susan, anybody,
we're 100% neutral.
We try being as fucking neutral as we can be. I tried looking at fucking facts. I tried looking at all angles. I tried looking at everything that comes down to this shit. We try for the most part. I said, I look at like right now, social media. Social media for us is a bigger version of high school. I've said this fucking before. Most people in high school, like it said, some guys hang out with the fucking jocks or the football club. Some people are in their fucking chess club. Some people are like with the goth kids. Chris was like,
playing Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Exactly. It's like, Chris was the kind of fucking person. With Chris, Monday, I sat around with a bunch of fucking hot chicks. They were fucking gorgeous for lunch, Tuesday, I hung out with all the fucking guys playing football. Wednesday, I hung out with all the fucking kids who fucking sang chorus. Thursday, I hung out with all the fucking
Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Yeah, exactly. Pokemon shit. Like, Chris and Junior and everybody here, all of us hang out with everybody. We treat everybody equally. We don't give a shit if you're a Democrat, Republican, Libertarian, liberal. We treat everybody the fucking same, and we try being as blue collar as fucking possible. And to the fact that like we're so sick and fucking tired of like every time something happens now, this constant fucking racial divide that the media is making out the media is making out to be like America has this big civil fucking race war. That's simply not fucking true. It's getting so fucking disgusting. We're really getting sick of this shit.
Yep.
So
listen, I was like one of those kids where I was sending people to the fucking shadow realm, and I was bagging the biddies because of it. It's like, yeah, I made it out the shadow realm, bitches.
Yeah. So, for the most part, this is my fucking 5th glass of Jack. I'm hoping we can
stop drinking. You got to bring me home.
I'm hoping fucking it's fine. I'm hoping I'm drive drunk, but like, no, I'm hoping fucking we can like the conspiracy thing, dude. I don't fucking know. I 100% like I can tell you
the media controls us. That's
not just
favorite.
our government, any fucking government. The governments do not care about their fucking people, dude. It's just like so.
That's not a conspiracy theory. That's a given fact.
Well, some people would say it's being conspiracy theories, but like I just would say that like as being fucking blue collar people and being as fucking someone who just works for a living, it's like try looking out. If Big Al was here, he would say like, listen, look out for your friends, look out for your family, look out for your local communities. Just understand the fact that like you have to look out for your own. You can never, not just America, any fucking government across this fucking planet. Don't think for a second that you're the fucking people in power have your best interest, because they seriously fucking don't. All you are to them is a fucking number and a dollar sign. Even in my fucking job, I know for a fact that my buddy Mike, I'll tag Mike with this. Mike knows this as well, even in the fucking military. Me and Mike, and even Big Al, all three of us work at the same company. Junior works at fucking Best Buy. Junior means nothing to these fucking people. All he is a fucking number. I know me, Mike, and Big Al, we're just fucking numbers. That's all we fucking are. We're not individuals. They don't give a shit about our fucking lives. We're just fucking numbers. And in terms of their fucking government, these are people worth billions and trillions of fucking dollars. All you are to them is a fucking number. That's it.
That's it.
So it's like that's the biggest conspiracy theory is like, guys, just do your fucking best to take care of your own people, take care of your own friggin' bills, and like stop wasting your money on people who don't deserve it, like strangers on the internet. That's why we said fucking from day one until episode whatever it's gonna be, this podcast is fucking free. Junior's YouTube channel will be free. I eventually will get to my own YouTube channel, but like I'm not going to fucking beg anybody who's blue collar, who's working 40, 50, 60, 70 hours a fucking week. Pay your bills, take care of your fucking kids, help your family out, help out your local fucking communities and stuff. Stop donating to people online who don't deserve your fucking money. It's like me and Junior, we're sitting here in a fucking basement. He's drinking Red Cat wine. I'm drinking Jack Daniels. I don't want your fucking money, guys.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna say this because I don't know if we're wrapping up or not, but
yeah, we are. We got an hour 40 in, so we're good.
All right. So to wrap up, I'm just gonna sit there and say it just like this, guys. I always say that. I say this a lot, but I'm gonna say this one bit. when you listen to us, you're just gonna understand that we're facts. You know what I'm saying? We have a lot of opinions, but we speak from a factual standpoint. You know what I mean? We do our research. We sit here after doing our research and we talk about things, and we offer our opinions and conclusions based on those facts. At any point in time when I do my podcast channel, I'm not going to ever charge people to listen to my podcast channel. It's literally just there for me. It's like a video journal of sorts. You know what I mean? Where I'm going to talk about things. And a lot of people aren't going to like what I have to say. And I don't give a fuck. Because I don't care about what you think. It's my own personal video journal about what I want to do. And I'm excited for what's to come. Like, I've already got about 5 episodes written down. I got one. I'm working on recording one in the next few days, so I could start dropping content on May 15th. Just letting you guys know, it's like, you know, we have our own thought bubble, and our thought bubble is that we want to reach out to people who have the mindset to just be together, regardless of the color of your skin. You know what I mean? Like, regardless of who you are, regardless of where you come from, regardless of anything about you.
Yep.
We have open arms.
Yeah.
We have open arms. We extend our friendship out to you. We extend our support out to you. No matter whether you're a black-owned business, Asian-owned business, white-owned business, doesn't matter.
Exactly.
We support you as blue-collar losers.
So I don't care if you suck dick
That's
or lick
it.
pussy or just like, you know, what your skin tone is, which would like Big Al would say, what magical fucking genie you believe in and shit. We don't none of us fucking care, man. We're all on this fucking big blue rock, just trying to fucking get by, and we try to respect and care about everybody. And it just sucks that like as blue collar people, guys, no matter what fucking height, weight, skin tone, we're all fucked. So it's like, just grab a fucking bottle of friggin' Jack, try sitting back, talk about some serious shit, try laughing, and just the fact that, like, hey, spend your money wisely, guys, because, like, none of us, if you listen to this shit, I'm assuming none of us are fucking millionaires. None of us. We all got fucking bills. We all got kids. We all got, like, you know, fucking rent to friggin' pay, mortgages, car insurance. We got food to buy. We got health insurance and stuff. So if you're listening to this shit, this isn't fucking for people. This isn't for the rich elite, because the rich elite don't care about you. But what you gotta do is care about each other and care about fucking your local neighborhoods, your local communities. Care about your family and friends, because guess what? Your government, don't expect your government. Don't expect these Hollywood elites. Don't expect these fucking chicks on OnlyFans or people on fucking Twitch. They don't fucking care about you. Who cares about you is us and your people, your local fucking people, your family and fucking friends. Whether it's Ken or Mike or Junior, it's anybody on here. We try caring about everybody together. And I feel like the more blue collar people get fucking together, we should make an impact, because don't rely on your goddamn governments or your rich fucking elites, because they don't give a shit, guys. All you are to them is just a fucking number. That's all you're ever going to be. So, are you good?
Yep, I'm all good.
Yeah, as always, guys, thank you. I'm fucking, yeah, I love this fucking Jack and Honey. And, like, as always, this shit's free. Always going to be free. Hey, guys, fucking spend your money wisely. Don't want your cash. Don't need your cash. And take care of you and yours. And, yeah, thanks. And I'll be fucking tagging Ken and Mike. And for me and Junior, just killing some time. We killed a good hour and 45 minutes. And we had fun. So that's what it's all about, guys. But any new ideas? Like, Ken, you give me a fucking new idea about conspiracy theories. Any ideas people have, anybody on the fucking podcast page, tag us up. Give me something to talk about, you know? It's like, I have no problem talking about some, like, deep, thoughtful, provocative shit. So, and, we're out.